We just center in our heart space. Feel the presence of peace within us. Allow that love that is the source of our being, connect to it, and just open our hearts. Let it flow out and in. So as we gather on this, one of our favorite Sundays, just acknowledge that love is the truth of who we are. That as everyone who comes through our doors this morning, it feels welcomed. We see them feeling connected to the truth of their inner divine as well. And that they are empowered and comforted and challenged and connected to the source of all life. And we too open ourselves up for all of those things to happen, for the music to move us and touch us, for our action of collecting and giving beers today to fill us with joy, for words and spirit that will touch our hearts in ways we don't even know yet. For all of this, we say, thank you, Spirit. And so it is.
It's 6 minutes before our service starts, and my song isn't 6 minutes long. So I just want to welcome our police officers today and say thank you for everything that you do for us. Let's give them some love. And I wanted to also remind you that if you have a cell phone with you, now would be a good time to put that on silence. So, it's Black History Month, and I noticed this is the last Sunday of the month, and so I've programmed some music today that is in honor of Black History Month. And this song, Can't Give Up Now, it used to be called, I think the original version was I Ain't No Ways Tired, I think. I Don't Feel No Ways Tired. And a few years later, it was updated. I think we could start it now. Oh, yeah. There will be mountains that I will have to climb. and there will be battles that I will have to fight. But victory or defeat, it's up to me to decide. But how can I expect to win if I never try? I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe he brought me this far just to leave me. Never said there wouldn't be trials, never said I wouldn't fall, never said that everything would go the way I wanted to go. But when my back is against the wall and I feel all hope is gone, I just lift my head up to the sky and say, help me to be strong. I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe he's brought me this far just to leave me. Oh, 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 oh. No, you didn't bring me out here to leave me lonely. Even when I can't see clearly, I know that you are with me. I just can't give up now, no. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe you brought me this far just to leave me. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh, I can't give up now. No, I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe you brought me this far. I don't believe he's brought me this far. I don't believe you brought me this far. No, you didn't bring me this far. God doesn't leave us out by ourselves, no. You didn't leave me. You didn't bring me this far just to leave me. Thank you so much. Let's all stand and affirm what we know to be true. God is good and all is well, despite appearances. What a wonderful morning, beyond compare. I feel God's loving presence everywhere. I am filled with joy profound in a world
you all. Good morning, Unity. So we have a wild, wonderful, and wacky Sunday today. We're doing lots of different things. We're acknowledging that still we're part of Black History Month, that this will be officially Shari's last Sunday with us. This will be officially Rachel's last Sunday in YFM position, but not her last Sunday here. And we have all our special guests here for Teddy Bear Sunday. So we're just going to keep celebrating all service long. So welcome to Unity of Bon Air, where we live and express unconditional love and grow together in peace and prosperity. My name is Reverend Patty, and it is my joy to be the senior minister here, but it's not a lonely thing because every single one of you are ministers also, and we work together to create a place of unconditional love and acceptance. So whether this is your first time here or your 100th time with us, whether you're in person or online, we're grateful for your presence and your participation. We've come as part of love's divine purpose that calls each of us to celebrate the connection we all share through the holy presence within us and all around us that we call God. And in this spirit of community, we unfold in light and love all spiritual and religious gatherings and all people everywhere. We want to especially welcome any of you who are here for the first time. If you're in the room, please raise your hand and we will give you a welcome packet and invite you to join us for our potluck teddy bear picnic at the end of the service. And if you're with us online, we invite you to go to unitybonair.org to find out what other great things are unfolding in this next several weeks. Okay, so we have a... Are you saying something to me? Oh, you're still handing out stuff. Yay, we love having new people. So we always start with something funny in the morning. So this morning I have a story of three men who are whose ship capsized, and they're on an island by themselves. And they've been on the island, and things are... it looks like, how are they going to get home? So one day, one of the men was digging around in the sand, and he found something kind of weird sticking up, and he started messing with it, and, it was a bottle. So he's rubbing it and trying to pull the stopper out, and all of a sudden, out comes the genie. And he says, "Oh, wow, how great." And she goes, "Well, because you have released me, I am going to give you 3 wishes." And he goes, "Great, there are 3 of us here on the island. Let me go get my buddies." So he goes and gets the buddies, and the genie repeats again. And so she goes to one of his other buddies, "What would you like?" And he said, "I'm a minister. I need to get home. I need to be serving my church. I miss my family." So poof, he's gone. And then the second man, it happens to be a rabbi, and he says, "And what would you like, Rabbi?" And the rabbi says, "Oh, I'm just so eager to get back home to my synagogue, to my congregation, and to my family, and just get back in the life that I love so much." Poof, he's gone. So the third man is an agnostic. And the genie says to him, and what can I do for you? And he said, "Well, I really got used to as my 2 buddies, so I'd like all 3 of us to be back together." Okay, well, let's take a breath in, relax our shoulders. Another deep breath in and out. We just allow our attention to go into our heart space, into this place where we are not breathing ourselves, where we recognize there is something far greater at work in us and in our lives, and we connect to this source, just let the warmth and the truth of that sink into us. So we invite our heart to open wide. We invite our eyes and our ears and the depths of our being to just be able to receive today all that love would give us. And as we move into our service, we create this a sacred space. And into this sacred space, we put all the names of those who are in our prayer box with special requests today, all those that we are normally in our e-news prayer list. And if you have anyone in your life that is going through something challenging at the moment, you may put their name in the pot as well by saying it silently or out loud. And we let our awareness move to this wonderful realization that because we are made in the image of the divine dwells in us, everything we need is within our reach. So we acknowledge that all these loved ones who have various things going on, the power of love is at work right here, right now, in the midst of their circumstances. And there is nothing stronger than the power of this love. So we see whatever is going on melting before them into this ocean of love in which we live and move and have our being. And we are so very grateful that we can entrust all those we love into this space. And we keep opening our space to include more and more. So as we think about our country and our world, all those who are in positions of political power, all those places where there is trauma and drama and war, we bring all of these folks into this circle of love, knowing that there is peace, that there is hope, there is always endless possibilities in the realm of spirit. And we are so grateful that when we feel powerless, we know a power beyond our own strength. And we continue blessing. We bring our planet, our cosmos, our universe into this circle of love. We are so very grateful for the rain that is falling, for the new life that is going to be surging up from the ground, from the trees, all around us, reminding us again of the cycles of life, the presence of new birth. And then we think of our children. We have some back in our education part. We have children all over the world who have come to this time to share their light and their love. So we bless them and see a world that welcomes exactly who they are and the gifts they have to bring, that they might also become our teachers, because it's so easy for them to be in the present moment. And we say thank you for all of that. And now we go into our own lives and think of some 3 blessings for which we are particularly grateful. And we let those images float across our mind, and we just let the vibration of gratitude and appreciation rise up within us, raising our consciousness. And we close our prayer time, as we always do, by saying together 3 times, I am grateful. Please join with me. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. So I love it. When I start the prayer, it's kind of empty in here, and now we have a room full of bright, smiling faces. So is our statement of truth up? Let us affirm what we believe. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. God, the omnipotent good. And then we have a very special thing we're doing this morning to acknowledge Shari in our midst. So where did Shari go? There she is. So she didn't want to do this, and I said, sorry. You don't get to leave without us loving on you a little bit.
I really didn't want to do this. Thank you, Dan.
Please come all the way up. So I want to acknowledge this angel in our midst. So not only has she worked in the sound booth, she's been one of the longest standing prayer chaplains we have. She, back when Reverend Joyce was here, a whole group of people went from here to a Mary Morrissey conference. And when they came back, they decided to meet regularly, and Shari is part of that group, and she's been doing that for over 16 years, presenting love and truth and grace as that group met.
Yep.
When I first came, she was already in the midst of doing picking out books, creating book studies, having people meet in their homes and getting to know each other. And that was one of the most graceful things when I first came, of having an avenue to have a group of people to be with. And when I came back and was living with Joyce several years ago, Shari was up to it in a new way with using film clips and video clips instead of books. So she just continues to pour forth creative ideas, ways for us to connect. And I know that there are many, many here who Shari has, when they're going through something in health or other things in their life, loss, Shari has been an incredible support. When I've left at various times, I've asked Shari to be one of the people that if somebody needed spiritual support, that they would call on her. So I didn't mention, but she is an ordained Science of Mind minister also. So all these ways she has blessed us and been an amazing gift to us. So we have a little thank you gift here from all of us, and one of these, we'll let you have that one. One of these vases of flowers is yours to take home.
Okay, I'll let you enjoy them now.
Thank you. So how about a standing ovation and lots of cheering and love? Woo!
Okay, thank you very much. I'm not going that far. So unfortunately or fortunately, you'll probably will be seeing me again. So Susan and I talked, and I'm still going to be a prayer chaplain. So for those of you, and so since I have relieved myself of the sound duties, when I am here, I'll be able to visit with you and pray with you. So that's a good thing. We also still will have the Abraham group. So Monday morning, 11 o'clock on Zoom. If you're interested in joining us for that, you can still do that. And since my time will be freer, all of those that you have been asking me, when are you going to speak again? It'll be easier for Reverend Patty to organize that. So I love you all, and I'll be seeing you. Thank you.
All right, let's all stand. It's time for us to sing together. For you newcomers, I mentioned earlier that many of my music choices today are in honor of Black History Month, and this is a great song from the 60s, We Shall Not Be Moved. not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water, we shall not be moved. Young and old together, we shall not be moved. Young and old together, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water, we shall not be moved. Black and white together, we shall not be moved. Black and white together, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water, we shall not be moved. Straight and gay together, we shall not be moved. Straight and gay together, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water, we shall not be moved. Everyone together, we shall not be moved. Everyone together, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water, we shall not be moved. One last time now. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water, we shall not be moved. We shall not be moved.
Good morning. And welcome to another Sunday in the neighborhood of love and teddy bears. My name is Barbara Nunley, or Barbie Nunley, and I am a prayer chaplain here, prayer team leader, new member coordinator, and sometimes I'm a cheerleader. And today I am graced to be your service leader. So, of course, today is Teddy Bear Sunday. It's our 11th anniversary, and I'd like to invite our board member, Myra, up here to tell you more. Please come on up.
Barbie, I think you said the 11th anniversary. It's our 25th. Our 25th anniversary. I'm Myra Faderspiel. I'm a member of the board and the treasurer, and I promise I am not going to bore you with a lot of numbers. Today, it is my honor to introduce a lot of very special guests we have here today. And I'm going to start. I don't think retired Corporal Tim Lamb made it. We had invited him, and I do want to acknowledge him. He celebrated with us for 20 years, Teddy Bear Sunday. And stepping up in his place was Corporal Craig Eckridge. He's a member of the Chesterfield County Police Department's Community Engagement Unit. Born in Baltimore, but he got smart and he moved to Virginia after leaving the Army. He joined the police department in 2003 and has been a part of the Community Engagement Unit since 2016, and we're so grateful he's here, and he's going to get dumped with a lot of teddy bears here in a little while. I'm going to kind of move down this list. And I apologize to everybody. With a name like Faderspiel, I have a tough time trying to pronounce other people's names. I do want to recognize Jill McGrath. This is Jill's first year in coordinating and organizing Teddy Bear Sunday. And my sister, Nora Vanderpool, said, "Oh, don't recognize me." Nora actually coordinated it for over 20 years. I think something like 22 years. She still loves teddy bears, I mean to tell you. With us, we also have Major Andrea Regemeyer. Did I get that correct? Thank you. J.B. Bellarmine, Curtis Glenn, Jose Uribe. Is that okay? And a very, very special guest, and it really is an honor, and we are so grateful that he's joined us, is Dr. Mark Miller. Dr. Miller has his PhD in clinical psychology. He's licensed as a professional counselor and certified substance abuse counselor. And for the past 12 years, he has served as a professional counselor at Bright Point Community College. Dr. Miller, his wife Jennifer, their 2 grown daughters, and their wonderful cat, the Duchess, have been living in the Midlothian area for 25 years. Dr. Miller was elected in a special election in November 22 to serve as the Midlothian District Supervisor on the Chesterfield County Board of Supervisors. And November 23, he ran for a full 4-year term. He has served as vice chair, and this year he is chairman of the Chesterfield County Board of Supervisors. And I would like for you to extend, as I invite Dr. Miller to come up, extend a very warm Unity Church of Bon Air welcome to him.
Myra, I have to begin by saying that I always used to get on my parents because they named me Mark Miller. It might as well be John Smith. And then I ran for office, and my dad said, "I bet you're liking that name now." It's really nice to be here. Thank you for the invitation, Reverend Patty. All. I can't resist. I have a letter here. I'm going to completely ignore it, although there's important information in there, and I'll leave it here. But I can't resist without sharing with you my teddy bear story. I did not grow up with a teddy bear. And you hear that immediately, and I go, yeah, it's a rough way to grow up. I grew up with a lion. But when I was like 5 years old, he accidentally fell in the trash can. My dad threw him out. As you heard in the introduction, I have a PhD in clinical psychology. I graduated from the University of Pittsburgh with an undergraduate in English education. But the truth is, I really wanted to move forward and get my doctorate in clinical psychology. Since my undergrad was in education, I couldn't get into a PhD program. So the only option was to start and get my master's first, and then get my PhD. We were living in Exton, Pennsylvania at the time, which is just a little bit west of Philadelphia, and wouldn't you know that the school that I got into was 123 miles from our house. Now, this is before Zoom. It's the mid-early 90s. So the only option was to drive back and forth every day for a full year. I put 36,000 miles on my 1988 Chevy S10 Blazer. Back and forth. And we had no money. My wife was getting her master's at Villanova. So I went back and forth from Exton, Pennsylvania to Shippensburg every day. I was so motivated to do that. I wanted my doctorate more than anything in the whole world. Finally got through the degree. And just as a way of saying goodbye to Shippensburg, I walked around the bookstore. And there it was, my bear. But it was $75, and I didn't have $75 at the time. So I drove all the way home. And then I got up the next morning for only one reason: to drive out to Shippensburg to get my bear. I named him Jesse. If any of you have seen the show Northern Exposure, if you remember that, who was the biggest, baddest, meanest bear in all of the Yukon? Jesse. I took a picture of him this morning on our bed, so I'm more than happy to share. But here's the thing. That bear is alive to me. That bear is alive to me, and it represents so much. It represents all the work that I had done up to that point, and I've done since. My daughter bear napped Jesse and took him to college through a custody battle. I have Jesse back. But then what I realized was that when I got that bear wasn't just about a bear. That bear was for our daughter to take to college and to feel safe and to be with Dad. And to come home and for her to say, I've completed my degree and I'm giving back your bear. I am so grateful for all that you do. We were talking about grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. Thank you. I am grateful for all the work that you all do. I'm so grateful to our police officers for what you all do every single day to keep us safe. In so many ways, you're our teddy bears. You are. Because you help us to feel safe and help us to feel connected and be part of the community. And that's really what it's all about. And that's what you all are doing. So I'm so grateful for this invitation. I'm so honored to be serving as your Midlothian supervisor. And happy Sunday. It's all about dropping within and knowing in the heart of who we are, that we are all sacred, worthy, luminous beings. Amen. That we are love, and that we're loved, and that love is forgiving. Love that play on words. Love is forgiving and receiving. Thank you.
And we thank you. Okay, I just wanted to remind everyone that we're going to have a teddy bear picnic potluck following the service. All are welcome. And tonight, Andy Gowner and her band, Rock the Mantra, return for a time to enjoy music spanning all faiths and genres. Come enjoy this time, whether you sing along, dance, or just take it in. It starts at 6 p.m. in the sanctuary. It's a sure way to soothe your soul. Is Andy here? She's probably resting. And next Friday, our Giza Healing Sanctuary returns. It starts at 7:15 p.m. in New Rock Hall. Arrive a little early to settle in and enjoy this time of meditation, unconditional love, and a short energy healing session. Pick up a flyer on the table in the hallway to learn more. It is a wonderful opportunity for healing. Next Saturday, on the 28th, we have a not-to-be-missed workshop on affirmative prayer, and I'd like Susan Green to come up and tell us more about it.
Good morning. So yes, next Saturday, the 28th, from noon to 4:30, I'm going to be facilitating a workshop on unity prayer, on that process, and how to pray affirmatively. You're going to learn about our 5 unity principles and our 12 powers and how we incorporate that into prayer. And I promise you won't have to pray out loud with anybody. Just come and learn and participate, because you will learn a practice that can change your life. Last week when I did this announcement, I shared how life-changing affirmative prayer was how unity got its beginnings. And so I hope many of you will consider attending, especially if you're relatively new to unity. You might have attended this workshop in the last year or 2 or 3, but my question to you is, are you praying more? And is it creating what you want in your life? If not, I invite you to come back and do the training again. Doing training more than once is actually very helpful to me. I always gain new insights when I attend any training another time. I've attended Unity Prayer Chaplain training 20 times now. And I always get something new. It's always a different group and a different energy, and we learn from each other. We are providing a light lunch at noon, and so for that reason, there is a registration deadline so I can buy enough food and have enough seats in the room. So there is a registration sign up out in the hallway. There's also a flyer if you just want to pick that up. It has my information. You can contact me and let me know you're coming, and I hope you will. Prayer is amazing. Come join me.
Thank you, Susan. So next Saturday on the 28th, we have a not-to-be-missed workshop, and we just told you about that, and I'm repeating myself. Next Sunday, we have a new member class, and it's going to be at 12 o'clock in the education room. So if you'd like to be a new member, thinking about being a new member, wanting to know more about unity, or just want to take a refresher on our unity principles, please join Reverend Patty and I. Grab some coffee and a snack, and we'll see you in the education room at 12 o'clock. And it's the time of the year when we look for people interested in running for the board. If you'd like to know more, please contact Jim Lakin, and Jim is back there doing our sound. Or call the office and share your contact information. The nominations committee would love to hear from you. And so we have so many opportunities here at Unity Church of Bon Air. For more information, check your calendar, events, website, and weekly email. And we're also on Facebook.
Before you go to Daily Word, I want to say something. So is my mic on? So I was so excited. I forgot to acknowledge we just had an amazing Friday night here, and we need to thank our Men of Unity for the amazing dinner and service we received. So let's acknowledge them. And then I'm not sure of the number, but I think we had somewhere around 14. Is that right, Claudia? 15. Yes. 15. So we had 15 amazingly talented people up here on the stage, and Claudia helping organize all of that, so we went to acknowledge all of those. What a great night it was for all of us.
And now for our daily word. I'd like to invite you to take a nice deep breath and release that breath slowly as we open our hearts and our minds to release. So many things shaped my beliefs over the years. My upbringing, family history, education, friendships, and spiritual life, to name a few. As I go through life, I will have new experiences and meet all kinds of people. I may find old beliefs that once fit me well do not fit me any longer. Growing and deepening in spiritual understanding may mean releasing ways of thinking that no longer serve me. I was, my background, and my history. Releasing makes room in my mind and opens my heart for the person I am becoming. Releasing my old beliefs readies me for a future of growth and evolution. And our reading is from Jeremiah 40, verse 4. Now look, I have just released you today from the fetters on your hands. See, the whole land is becoming before you. Go wherever you think is good and right to go. And our affirmation is, I release old beliefs as I grow and evolve. And please repeat these with me 3 times with lots of energy. I release old beliefs as I grow and evolve. I release old beliefs as I grow and evolve. I release all beliefs as I grow and evolve. Thank you.
We have so many wonderful performers here, and we'd like to feature Cindy Watts today on a beautiful song.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen, Lord, if you want to know what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for
Cindy Watts.
Thank you. So much beautiful music already and more yet to come. So I want to start off with a story. A little boy wants to meet God, and he's like an elementary age child, and he decides this might take a while to get to God. So he gets out a lunch bag and packs some snacks and some drinks and heads away from his house, and he's walked several blocks, and he comes to a park. And he sees a little grandmotherly-like woman sitting on a bench. So he goes and sits down next to her, and she smiles and welcomes him. He smiles back at her, and he decides might be time for a snack. So he gets in his bag, and then, he looks at her and he thinks, well, maybe she looks a little tired and hungry. So he offers her a snack. And they're just sitting there in the silence eating, and then he gives her one of his drinks as well. More smiling, more communing, but no talking. And the afternoon just wears on with this very comfortable being togetherness, and it starts getting time to go home for dinner. So he stands up and gets his bag and takes a few steps, and then he turns around and comes back and gives her a big hug and another one of these beautiful smiles from her, and they both head home. So as he walks in the door, his mother says, well, you look just really happy today. What did you do? And he said, I spent the afternoon with God. And she's a lot older than I thought. And then the woman arrives home. She lives with her son. And her son says, Mom, you just seem to have a sense of peace about you. What did you do today? And she goes, I spent the afternoon with God. He's a lot younger than I thought. So what is this story really saying? Well, it ties into my title, I Can Barely Believe It. When one first encounters unity thought, we are told, you are it. You are the divine expressing. The Christ is your true identity. Well, if you're anything like me, it took a while to let go of all that old database that says we're a mess, sinful, selfish, in need of repair. Yet when we hear that, it's like there's a resonance in our hearts that says, yes, yes, yes. Jesus isn't the only expression of divine love. We are each love and light, walking around with all kinds of colors and sizes of bodies. We can believe it. One presence, one power, and each of us made in that image. So sometimes we don't see that image getting acted out very well. It's buried under trauma, pain, and wounds, yet it is the true identity of every person. So I want us to stop and just let that in. I know that we go over this. This is part of who we are every day, but just let that in. It's really wow-worthy, right? So let's say it together. Wow! 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 And so now I have a second teddy bear story. So Mrs. Remus, she's a mother of 7. And right before Christmas, she had some flowers left over. And her son said, let's go out. His name was Campbell. Let's go out and just deliver these flowers to people. So they did that. They kind of were on the street in a busy area. And they got home and he said, we should have taken those flowers to the hospital and we should have taken gifts for the children. And the mother says, well, that is a lovely idea, but I have 7 children of my own, and we're trying to put all this together. So he decided he was going to start making teddy bears on his own. So he went in his room and made his first teddy bear. And this thing got out of control. So he was a 13-year-old boy from Australia, and I found out a bit about him on a Steve Harvey clip. By the time he was on that show, he had sent 1,400 bears all over the world to hospitals. He is touching hearts and lives big time. He's making these bears. Olivia Newton-John had received one, and there was a clip from her saying, even some of us who are older every now and then need a teddy bear. So Steve had a $5,000 gift card from a fabric place called Mood Fabrics to multiply his efforts. So isn't this impressive, right? He keeps stepping up his game. He started to auction off bears to raise money to give people a cruise who were having trouble getting through chemo, a trip for the individual and family members. So clearly he has support from his family for all of this activity and finances, but he's raising this finances himself. So here's what I'm thinking. If he's up to this at 13, what the heck, at 30, at 50, at 70, what is he going to be doing? And I'm also thinking, what is he showing me individually and us as a church community? It reminds me of the song lyrics that the choir sang so beautifully last Sunday. Do all you can with what you have, in the time you have, in the place you are. Do all you can. This is how our way shower, Jesus the Christ, lived. He did not have much in the way of physical things, yet the thing he had was extremely powerful. A consciousness of his oneness with the power of life. He called it the Father. He was in a patriarchal culture and a religious system. But with this consciousness, he fed thousands of people. He created the space for people to heal their limiting beliefs and their bodies. He connected them to a God that was loving, not vengeful, not waiting to find people doing the wrong thing, but to a God that was the very essence of love. Amen. So here we are today with our bears and our consciousness of abundance, our beloved policemen and women, to help us let love travel beyond these walls to people we do not know who are hurting and could use a touch of comfort. We are saying we want to make a difference. We want to do what we can because we know love is expansive. It includes. It reaches out. So now I want to move to a separate thing, but it's still connected to love. I want to tell a story about love as we continue to honor Black History Month. It's a story of love traveling from Detroit, Michigan to here at UCBA and to Unity of Richmond and to true students all over the world, many, many locations. It, of course, starts with the Fillmores and their teachings and moves to a beautiful woman named Ruth Mosley, who became Reverend Dr. Ruth Mosley. She was born in 1930 in Mississippi, at that time, a state known for poor education, poor economy, and more lynchings and killings of African Americans than any other state. She was in a very poor circumstance, and one of her jobs was to walk a mile down the road to get to her mailbox, the family mailbox, and bring the mail home every day. So on this journey one day, she found a Unity pamphlet. And it talked about a God of love, which was not exactly what she had been taught. So that planted this seed in her. Then, life happened. She had a couple children. She decided to leave home in search for a better life for her family, leaving these two in care of her parents and her siblings. She moved to Memphis, where she was a live-in cook for a wealthy white family and attended a Black church on Sunday, where the bishop's messages were much like what she had read in that Unity pamphlet. It was this preacher who encouraged her to move to Detroit for better opportunities. So moving so far away from her children and her family, that was the hardest thing she had ever done. When she arrived in Detroit, she found work with the family and began attending Detroit Unity Temple, which at one point was Eric Butterworth's church, not at that time, but she was armed with truth principles and sheer determination. She knew that she needed an education to fulfill her purpose because these teachings were so profound. She wanted to be a part of the scheme of things that shared these teachings. She earned her GED, attended classes at a junior college, earned a bachelor's in sociology and English through Mercy College. Then, in the early 1960s, she attended Unity School of Religious Studies. In 1964, she founded West Side Unity Church in Detroit. And upon completion of her Unity coursework, she was ordained in 1966. Now, last week I talked a little bit about Reverend Johnny Coleman, and said at that point Unity was not very welcoming to people of color. So Ruth went to the powers that be and said, we need to educate our people, and set about starting a school for them. They cannot, so she's speaking of those, particularly in Detroit, they cannot stop their lives, go move to Kansas City, be taking school full-time and not working. We need to provide a way for them to work where they are here in Detroit, attend school, and become able to teach these truths. So she started that, and she had to persevere through many obstacles. And this is the beauty of these truth teachings. What she did, she kept her eyes on the power of God and not on the series of challenges. She was a practical visionary. She turned dreams into realities. She started with this small study group in Detroit, which became the large, prosperous West Side Unity Church located on Joy Road. Then she had the church. She had radio talks, which was something Charles Fillmore had done, and an after-school program for children that had such an impact on her city that it bestowed honors on her. So here is a woman who consistently listened to the voice of God within her and moved on it. In 1979, she opened Unity Urban Ministerial School. She made Isaiah 61:1 the mission of this school. And that text is, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me, has sent me to bring good news to the oppressed, to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives and release to the prisoners." She did this without any financial support from Unity Worldwide. She did it because God was knocking on the door of her heart with this vision. She was very clear that she would always listen to this voice and taught her students to do the same. Later, she started online courses with Catherine Thomas, who became a Reverend also, and really threw the gates wide open. This is before Kansas City was doing online courses. You had to go there, spend 3 years there to get a degree, and so she was creating this whole alternative. She exceeded her own vision because she kept following her inner divine. I owe my education to her perseverance and dedication. I was living with my parents, and I would not abandon the opportunity to support them, and would not go to Kansas City for a 3-year residency to study while they needed support. I could study online and take the path to ordination. And boy, did I enter that with trepidation. So I was, as anyone here will tell you, don't come to me for technical support. So having to do all this online, at one point you had to fly regularly to Detroit and be interviewed by other ministers. And the deadline for my sermon was supposed to be videoed and sent to the class leader at that point, and I was flying that day, and I couldn't figure out how to do it from home. So I was in the airport walking up to complete strangers going, "Do you know how to send a video by blah, 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 blah?" Oh my God. It was very daunting to learn all this stuff. But, this is what she made possible for me. I'm so grateful for her divine stubbornness to keep going until she got it started. It was a discouraging path, and she did not give up. She lived the truth teachings she knew. In 1982, she was elected and served as president of the board of the Association of Unity Churches. So now she's in a position where the whole church is being led and listening to her from a position where what she said was being ignored or saying, well, we won't support you financially, good luck with that. You know, she made it full circle. And the only way you do that is by not becoming bitter and hateful when these challenges come, but by allowing these challenges to be the stepping stones that take you on. So Reverend Ruth, along with Reverend Johnny, threw wide the doors, brought unity teachings in an ever-widening circle. The last ordination in Kansas City that I attended had people from around the world. Some were coming in on Zoom, some were there in person. So what does this have to do with us? You and I have the power to follow our inner divine. This wisdom that is the truth of who we are, this voice of God. May we, like these beautiful unity teachers and leaders, may we create within ourselves this divine stubbornness, this willingness to not let anything get in the way of the direction and the voice and the leading that is coming through us. You know, and you just think of the impact of all of that on unity. Think of the impact that starting 25 years ago, they said, well, let's collect teddy bears and give it to people in trauma. You know, these small decisions end up catapulting out into the world where love is felt and realized, and the divine expression is made connection with between one person and another person. So that's who we are. That's a possibility for us, and that's what we're up to today. And so it is.
As we go into other meditation, we'd like to sing The Gospel in One Word is Love. This is a community song here. And this song is like a round, like row, row, row your boat. We're going to learn it, then we're going to sing it in sections. The far left side of the room will sing with Ben. The middle, you'll sing with me. And those on the right, Cindy. But let's sing it right now. I think the words are up on the screen. Here you go. Sorry, I wasn't feeling it.
Love, 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 love. The gospel in one word is love. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love, love, love.
Let's sing it again.
Love, 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 love. The gospel in one word is love. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love, love, love.
We'll start the round now.
Love, 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 love. The gospel in one word is love.
The gospel in one word is love. The gospel in one word is yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself.
The
Love, 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 love. The gospel in one word is love. The gospel in one word is love. Love thy neighbor as yourself. Love, 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 love. The gospel in one word is love. The gospel in one word is love. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Love,
Thank you all. I'm going to invite us to center in to pray. So let's take a couple deep breaths and exhale and let our shoulders drop. So we let our focus go into our heart space and into that wow truth that in that space is the very presence and power of the Christ. So let's imagine seeing that within our being as a spark, as a flame, as that which gets bigger and bigger and soon fills our whole being. Though our light and our energy is much bigger than our bodies. Just let's let that image, being the power of light and love, filling us. And then in full awareness of this divine nature of ours, we let ourselves enter the question, and what is mine to do? Is there something that we need to be stubbornly determined about? Is there something within us that's just sticking its head above the soil of our soul that needs tending, that is inviting us to pay attention to it? Is there some idea that is rattling around within us? So let's enter into the silence and listen for this most powerful, wonderful voice of love. Here we go. And I invite you to come back, to feel the chair supporting you, to feel your feet grounded on the floor. And just remember the faith of Ruth Mosley, of this little boy who says, well, maybe there's something I can do. And 1,400 teddy bears later, his love has been spread around the world. Ruth Mosley has created a connection that is allowing people to share unity teachings in ever greater and greater measures. the divine is expressing creatively through each one of us. And so we say, yes, I am listening. And please join with me in our gratitude statement. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. And so it is. So here comes our ushers. And if you have an offering, a physical offering in your hand, the offering of the gift of your presence and your love and your joy, hold that in your consciousness as we say our prayer. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the joy of giving and receiving. And as we are sung to, get your bear, just give it last hits of love here before we collect them in a few minutes.
And you see, I'm not alone up here again. I want to thank Ben, Cindy, and Stephanie for helping me on this tribute to Sister Rosa Parks.
Thank you, Miss Rosa. You were the spark that started our freedom movement. Thank you, Sister Rosa Parks. Sing it again now. Thank you, Miss Rosa. Yeah, you were the spark that started our freedom movement. Thank you, Sister Rosa Parks.
December 1st, 1955, our freedom movement came alive. And because of Sister Rosa, you know, we don't ride on the back of the bus no more. Sister Rosa was tired one day after a hard day on her job, and all she wanted was some well-deserved rest, not a scene from an angry mob.
The bus driver said, lady, you got to get up, 'cause a white person wants that seat. But Miss Rosa says, no, not no more. I'm gonna stay right here and rest my feet, yeah.
Thank you, Miss Rosa. You were the spark that started our freedom movement. Thank you, Sister Rosa Parks. Sing it again now. Thank you, Miss Rosa. Yeah, you were the spark that started our freedom movement. Thank you, Sister Rosa Parks.
The police came without fail and took Sister Rosa off to jail, and $14 was her fine. The brother Martin Luther King knew it was our time.
The people of Montgomery sat down to talk. It was decided all God's children will walk until segregation was brought to its knees and we obtained freedom and equality. Yeah,
Thank you, Miss Rosa. You were the spark that started our freedom movement. Thank you, Sister Rosa Parks. Sing it again now. Thank you, Miss Rosa. You were the spark that started our freedom movement. Thank you, Sister Rosa Parks.
So we dedicate this song to thee for being a symbol of our dignity. Thank you, Sister Rosa.
sing along with us, okay? Here we go.
Thank you, Miss Rosa. You were the spark that started our freedom movement. Thank you, Sister Rosa Parks. Sing it again now. Thank you, Miss Rosa. Yeah, you were the spark that started our freedom movement. Thank you, Sister Rosa Parks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful. So let's bless these gifts. We are so grateful for these gifts. We know that the gift and the giver are one. And we send them out into the world with joy, with peace, with hope, with love to make a difference. We are grateful, and so it is. Okay, we got some bear collecting going here. Honey, you want to go meet Harry? He's got an armful of bears over here. We're not going to dump yet. We're going to acknowledge Rachel first.
Yes. You look so good.
Let's see. Me too. We'll get them. We'll get them.
Is that everybody?
Here comes the last few. Okay, you can set that right here. All right, so as Rachel's getting the last little bit done, we're going to have her come up here and acknowledge that she wanted Teddy Bear Sunday to be the last day as on staff here working. And she came on several years ago in kind of a tumultuous time. My brother-in-law has just died. I left for a month. Our YFM director needed to step back, and she stepped in with courage and gumption and passion, and she has cared for these children in such an incredible way. When these children come in on Sunday, they know that they are loved, they are treasured, they are accepted for who they are, and they are encouraged to use their creativity and to learn unity principles. She has been very creative in her position. Some of the curriculum is older that is for young children, and she has rewritten it and adapted it to make it better for this time and this age. She has made the children feel welcomed. She has been protective and dedicated and shown up, Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. So we're so grateful for Rachel's perseverance and determination, passion, and skill. We want to present her with a gift, and we're going to present you with a vase of roses also. We got to we'll move this bear over this way. And we're going to give you a chance to say something. I'm not sure, is that turned on?
Yeah, I think so. All right, well, thank you.
Come on up.
Matt and Jen also gave me flowers, and those are the first bouquets of flowers I've ever received. So thank you, guys. Very sweet. I just wanted to say that these past almost 3 years, serving as the youth director has been a very fun and enriching experience. We really do have some amazing children with us, and being with them every Sunday has given me excitement for the impact each of them are going to bring into this world. They are so kind, creative, and truly hilarious. For those of you that don't know, I actually did grow up in this church and in this program. I remember from my first visit at 7 years old that I had felt loved, safe, and supported. And I'm grateful to be able to say that after being here for over 20 years, this congregation continues to make me feel the same way. So I want to thank all of you that were here and remembered me as a child and gave me the room and grace to be exactly who I was, and to all of you here today for the opportunity to direct our youth ministries and for loving me for exactly who I am. I also just want to give a big thank you to anybody who's volunteered over the years to help make this program what it is today. My biggest goal in this program was to create a similar space for your children that I had to be able to express themselves fully and be met with unconditional love. I truly hope that I have been able to do that for you guys. And And it pains me to leave this position, but I do need to take some time for myself to focus on my own priorities for a little while. So I do intend on coming back to service, but I may need a couple weeks to readjust to everything. And so this isn't a goodbye, it's just a see you later. And I also want to give my biggest thank you to the kids for being silly with me every Sunday.
Yes. And here is a gift from us for you to go on your way.
My roses?
We'll make sure you get them. All right, so now, and you have a gift from
I'm going to come back for these.
Okay. All right, so now we get the joy of baptizing our special guests with bears.
Y'all ready? 1,
2, 3. Okay, so we're going to do our blessing for, we're going to bless our officers, our bears, all the people that have helped make today possible, which means our greeters and Marcy and Safari, Dan and Jim and Deb, our music team, and then our special singers as well. So let's do our blessing. And our prayer chaplains are here if you would like a prayer at the end of service. And Barbie for helping us up here. So let's do, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are, and we see you doing amazing things. Yes. And then our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.